ドジャースの佐々木朗希は日本時間31日、本拠地で行われたマリナーズ戦に先発登板し、6回途中まで5安打3四球、7奪三振2失点と好投しました。佐々木は走者を背負った場面で降板となりましたが、マウンドを後にする際には本拠地の観客からスタンディングオベーションが送られました。その投球に地元放送の解説陣も興奮を隠せず、こんなの誰も打てない、今まで見た中で最高のスプリットだと手放しで称賛しました。試合後にも多くの関係者から称賛の声が上がるなど、佐々木の投球は大きな注目を集めています。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Hi, John. Well, on Tuesday, Shohei Otani, he spoke to the media for the first time since having that injection in his left knee, and even for the first time since throwing that bullpen that he threw in Philadelphia. After that bullpen, they did essentially shut him down. And he admitted on Tuesday that afterwards, not only did his knee feel a little bit off, but his bicep had also flared up. So today, he's not in the lineup. The Dodgers have been adamant that the bicep is not a concern. Yes, not 100%, but not a concern as he's continued moving his arm, throwing plyos. But when it comes to the hitting and now with this knee, it seems like something might have bothered him yesterday. He underwent some treatment. Dave Roberts this afternoon shared the decision to decide to have not to for Shohei Otani not to be batting leadoff and in the lineup and having a down even tonight.
This is more of just the soreness of the knee. Yesterday went in there for some treatment, and then so I think that talking to the training staff, it was just best to let's just give him a day. Swing the bat really well, but just so it again doesn't turn into something that it shouldn't, that we can prevent. That's kind of the thought.
Any thought to just shutting him down at some point and just, I don't know, giving him 10 days to just get over this thing for good?
You know, it's hard. That's a hard question, and I understand the thought behind it. It's gotten better over the last few weeks. He's been a very productive player, but to kind of, as you said, essentially take it out of his hand, shut him down. The player, you trust him, he feels like he can go. He's not 100%. Very few players are 100%. Then what is it? Is it 70%? Is it 80%? Is it 90%? And so I think for me, there's still that conversation, Dylan, where it's like, he understands what's the most important part of the season is to come, and he understands his value with our team. And so a player that's been around for as long as he has, that knows his body, it's hard to just take it out of his hands and essentially bench him.
So while today is going to be a true rest day for Shohei Otani, Dave Roberts shared that he does feel confident that he should be back in the lineup tomorrow. But this is a conversation that they're going to continue having with Shohei. As he had shared yesterday, something seemed to have flared up for Shohei when he was undergoing some treatment. The trainers decided that today would be a good day for him not to be in the lineup. And if things like that continue to come up, Dave Roberts shared that's the plan they're going to continue to follow. So as long as there continues to be open communication with Shohei Otani and the organization, they feel like they can be in a really good spot to make sure that he is in a position to play when he can. And if he needs to take a day to reset, then he can do just that. But like I shared, they feel confident he should be back in the lineup tomorrow. They also feel confident that he should return to some catch play here relatively soon as well, guys.
Well, hopefully that is the case. Most importantly, got to get that left knee right, Kirsten. Thank you very much, because yesterday I heard Andrew Friedman saying that if not for the knee, we see Shohei Otani pitching right now for the Dodgers. Nomar, it's been a little over 2.5 weeks since Shohei had that injection in his knee. This is the first time he's had to sit out of a game because of knee soreness. First time he's been out of the lineup since July 4th.
Yeah, I know we discussed this yesterday because of the press conference by Andrew Friedman, because of Shohei Otani talking to the media, mentioning about the knee and the bicep as well. And we said that on IL stand, it may not be a bad idea at the time. We heard Dave Roberts, so you've got to ask that question. And he said, yes, it's a fair question, and it's a tough question, because you have a guy who wants to go out there and play. And they really have to have a sit down and talk to him about this. Listen, yes, players want to go play. We've been there. We played with injuries and stuff, but also at the same time, he had that injection in the knee, or when they drained it, but he also had 4 days for that to recover there, and it's still not recovering. You're really not getting recovery days in baseball. It's every day. It really is. And then it also, sometimes you think about, does it hamper the team a little bit? Like, is today's he okay? Is he not? You know, as far as line's concerned, taking you out, having to decide, rather than will maybe a 10-day IL just kind of help everything. You're not going to get to 100%. Like Dave Roberts says, is he 70? Is he 80? Don't know, but this 10 days get you from 70 to 90, and you'll take that down the stretch, whatever it may be. But this is a time, if there's any time, that's why you also have to talk to Shohei. I know you don't want to come out of the game. We understand that. You want to keep playing. But if there was a time to do it, we look at where they are right now, you look at some of the schedules, you have some days off coming up, like this may be the time to do it for the stretch.
We mentioned, and we talked about, is it a concern? It really was a concern for us when he missed the All-Star game. Shohei Otani understands how big he is to this sport. Really, this is a global game. And for him to miss the All-Star game, that was kind of the first alarm that went off in my mind. Got the injection, it seemed to calm down, and he needed those couple days off to get that thing calmed down. He comes back for the second half. He's not swinging the bat the way he's capable of swinging. Now, the last couple of days, he has looked great. But like Nomar talked about it, when you're dealing with an injury, it's going to be constantly fluid. One day you're going to feel pretty good, and then the next day, because you may have swung a little bit too hard or may have stopped and go, trying to go from second and third base, you could have irritated that knee even further, and then you wake up the next day, oh my God, it's sore again. So it is a fluid situation. You got to have constant communication with the front office, with manager Dave Roberts, the training staff, and they're doing that. Here's the thing. How does he feel tomorrow? Today, he doesn't see the field at all. It's a spa day. Make sure he gets all his treatment. Come back tomorrow early, get treatment. If he doesn't feel great tomorrow, maybe take another day. He understands, and Dave Roberts said this, the most important thing is how he's feeling mid-September, late September, heading into the postseason. Those are the most important days and games in making sure he's ready to roll for the postseason. So hopefully the next couple days is going to be telling how he feels, and hopefully it's just a couple days. He's going to feel fine and great tomorrow, but you got to continue to monitor this. And like Nomar said yesterday, it may be a thing where you take the IL, 10 days, and now you feel completely great after those 10 days.
When you and I discussed this too yesterday, you mentioned also, if you look at the schedule, like, is there a time where they have 2 days off in a 10-day period? So maybe he's not missing, say, 9 games, maybe he's missing 8 games to do that. And I think that is actually coming up here in like a week or two, like toward the end of August, where you're middle of August or the end of August, where you have a couple of days. Are you trying to get him through that time? Maybe look at that. But when I'm just thinking, whether it's a game or not, you know, now you may even have a chance of aggravate. If it's already putting you on the shelf right now, maybe now's the time to really just look at it. Maybe you might miss, there is a day off coming up, so you might miss 9 games here, but man, that may be so worth it. We know the Dodgers look at the long game all the time. Just got to start looking at it.
Yeah, there's Roki Sasaki getting loose on the outfield glass with that much larger glove. Between that and some mechanical adjustments, he's gotten back on track here recently, and really, it seems like the All-Star break is what helped Roki Sasaki. He used that time to make a mechanical adjustment to his lower half, Nomar. Then against the Yankees, his velocity shoots way up. And then last weekend in New York, it was all about the split finger. We saw that especially in the 4th inning in that start.
Yeah, and you know, over the course of this season, the usage of that split finger, the percentage of the usage has really increased and gotten better. But I also think it's because when the fastball is working, then he can go to that split finger and truly keep them off balance. We're going to go to the K zone, and we're going to go see how he attacked the Mets. And actually, we're just going to focus on one inning, because this 4th inning was truly where he utilized everything, stayed out of the middle of the zone, did an excellent job. Just the way he was kind of carving up these players, because there's that fastball. All right, now you're looking at it. You see that pitch up. Well, then now it's the split finger. Now they're both strike. What do you look for as a hitter? You can't lay off one of them. You can't lay off either one of them because they're both in the zone, and then he gets a swing and miss. Here it is now. He's starting off with a split finger because you're thinking, all right, I want the fastball, and he just stays with it. And when somebody's losing their bat, somebody takes a swing like that, that's more telling than anything on how effective that pitch is going. So, all right, he's seeing 2 split fingers. He lost the bat. What do you come out with him again? How about another split? Still keeping you on balance because you have that confidence to go out there and throw it in the zone. Now you know somebody's looking for that fastball. You're going for it. But if I locate it, all of a sudden you can even induce weak contact with that. And they just put, now That was a defensive swing. That's when he's effective. Because of the stuff he has, he can make hitters be super defensive, not just with 2 strikes, but even early in the at-bat.
And we saw that was the 4th inning, so he's already established the fastball, the split, and the slider. He had 3 pitches he's already established, so guys are going up there kind of looking for something and guessing, and that's why you're seeing that swing and miss. And also Robert, that defensive swing, he was ahead in the count 2-1, and that was a half swing. And also Roki Sasaki doing a great job, not only covering first base, but you get out of Robert's way. Robert is a big dude, so you see Sasaki touch first and continue down the line because you don't want to get run over by that dude.
He's not French. It's not Robert.
It's Robert, John. It'll always be Robert to me.
Roki Sasaki, EK, is just going to try and continue what he did 2 times in New York.
Yeah, All-Star break was great for Roki because since then, you look at those numbers right now, 14 strikeouts, only 3 walks. That's what sticks out. He's been throwing the ball extremely well. The velo is up a tick. The splitter has been real effective. Tonight, do the Mariners chase that splitter out of the zone? Can Roki get them to chase?
Back at the final wild card spot. Sasaki's first pitch is a strike, and he begins the night with a slider. Strike 1, important for everybody, but it's a huge deal for Sasaki. The opponent's OPS, EK, it's about 450 points lower after he delivers strike 1.
Yeah, no doubt. It puts a hitter on the defensive right out of the chute because you're down 0-1. You're thinking, God, you got to be kidding me, especially when he rolls that slider over on the first pitch. But it just does. It changes the whole complexion as a hitter and how you approach things. See, now that approach is not going to work tonight. Just not happening for you if you're Seattle. It just, if you're offering at the splitter or forkball or any of that, Roki is going to eat you alive.
Sasaki sits down Naylor on 3 pitches.
Oh, Seattle continuing to do what they did last night, and that was swinging pitches way out of the zone. Sasaki working ahead and then putting them away with that splitter. I mean, not even close. The swing or the pitch over the strike zone.
Going back to Roki's final start before the break, opponents against his new split, well, it's not new anymore, but this season he rolled it out. They're 2 for their last 28.
Right, but that's the point of it. It's the approach needs to be, I'm not swinging at the split, and if he can throw it for, you know, over the plate 3 times, then you know you tip your cap because you're not going to hit it. You're not hitting it. So do yourself a favor and save yourself the effort of swinging it. But I get it. It's, you know, it's not that easy to go, oh, I'm not swinging at it, and then boom, what do? You swing at it
like that. Back-to-back Ks to start the second.
It's not a strike though, right? So it's again, I mean, it's a strike because of the swing, but it's not in the zone.
But when Sasaki was having his struggles last month, talking to the Dodgers coaching staff, it wasn't, hey, his lower half is getting too active, or working on his mechanics, or the front side's flying open. It was simply he's not pitching aggressively enough. So the fact that the Dodgers are at that stage in his development, EK, where they feel that it's a simple mental switch for Sasaki to flip, I think that illustrates how far he's come. It's like, hey, don't pitch trying not to fail. Just go after them.
I mean, it's easy to recognize and easy to say, but when you're the individual that is being told that, you know, the response is, well, what do you think I'm trying to do? Like, that's what I'm trying to do. You know, if I could just go out there and say, hey, yeah, I'm confident and it's going to go over the plate and I'm going to challenge guys, like, well, yeah, that's, you know, that's a no blank comment, right? And to go out there and to execute that and to do it, it's like you get back into that, well, if I have some success, yeah, then I am going to feel that way. But like, just because you tell me I'm good, like, you know, I got to validate that through having success on the mound. It just tells you the kind of stuff that Roki has tonight. Those last 2 pitches were both well out of the zone, would have led to a walk, but Cole Young thinking that they're strikes.
Against the Yankees, Roki's four-seam fastball averaged 100.1, and against the Mets at 98.6. Tonight so far, he's basically split the difference. 99 and change. Dials it up to 100 here to get strike two on Canzone. That's three. Finishes him off with the splitter.
Sasaki, that splitter has just been basically, I mean, it's been unhittable, but he's also had control with it. He's been painting it on the edges, makes it that much more diabolical. I was thinking of old Batman and Robin, Adam West, way back when. You see the word like diabolical.
Diabolical.
I don't even know how my brain was there.
UCLA, come on now.
Fair.
Yep. Got him. Triple digits atop the zone, and now 7 Ks for Sasaki.
Well, he's been so good with that arm side down splitter, and this one just up, fastball elevated 100 miles an hour. Nothing you can do with that. I mean, up to this point, this is clearly the best use of the splitter, both in effectiveness and ability to locate, that I think I've ever seen. I mean, look at that. He's got his release point down. He's got his body control, where he is just repeating that pitch over and over. And very rarely do you see that from any pitcher. And the fact that, you know, you usually see guys do that with a fastball or something, but this is a splitter, which is a tough pitch to control. You're looking for movement, and you're hoping the hitter just kind of goes after it. But he's been locating that pitch all evening. If I'm Sasaki, I'm going to go with the splitter. I've been so good with it tonight. And you know what? If I walk him, I walk him. Big deal. I just don't want it to be a tie ball game on a fastball here.
On a 3-1, Raleigh takes outside, ball 4. A walk to bring in a run. And that's going to be all for Sasaki. Once again, just ran out of gas in the 6th inning.
Yeah, a lot of positives tonight for Roki. You know, and you mentioned just kind of running out of gas, and Cole Young starting things off with that triple. But Roki getting a nice hand and really continuing to throw well after the All-Star break.
When you look at the results the last few days, do you think that's just you kind of playing free and easy offensively, or is there something that you can point to it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I felt really comfortable with the plate recently, and I guess I only needed one to make it count tonight. The other 3 felt like it was a little tic-tac coming my way, but no, I'm glad we won the series. It's a big series against a really good team, so I'm just glad we're playing Dodger baseball and everyone's doing their part.
The pitching side was excellent as well. What were you seeing just from Roki Sasaki tonight, especially with that splitter?
Yeah, he's been throwing a lot of strikes, and when he throws strikes, he does really well. So it's been a good stretch for him as of late, and look to extend it as long as we possibly can and help him pitch with confidence.
I talked to you after the last 2 outings just as to how sharp the splitter has been, just your stuff in general. What is it like when you're now building these outings, just building your confidence?
今回も含めてスプリットとか以前から良くなってきてはいるんですけれども、何が良くなってきている原因というか、全体的にです。
特に投げ方だったり握りは変えてないので、全体的なフォームをまっすぐのためにずっと試行錯誤してきたフォームが徐々に良くなってきて、それが結果的に多くに影響を与えているのかなと思っています。
I think what I've been working on is finally paying off, mechanically. So I think it's, the kind of effect in a forkball get in a good way too.
What were you finding just as the game went on in that 6th inning specifically? Did you find that it was just kind of either running out of steam, or were they just adjusting and attacking you differently?
6回についてはどういった状況だったのかというのはちょっと違うような攻撃だったのか、それとも何か流れ的にちょっと良くないような流れがあったのか。
そうですね、配球的なところは、今後も試合があるので、あんまり深くは喋れないんですけど、組み立て的にはもう少し、工夫できたなっていうところもありますし、3巡目のちょうど1番から始まるところだったので、前回の メッツ戦の時みたいにこうもう一回なんていうんですかね、集中して、気持ちを入れ直してこういけたらよかったのかなっていうところはあります。
I think the pitch sequence wise, I mean, I should be really careful about. But at the sixth inning, third times through the order, the first hitter, so I should be really more careful, just like attacking like the Mets game. So I should be doing that.
Third straight really good start for Roki Sasaki since the All-Star break, Nomar.
Yeah, and we're going to go to the K zone and just look at fastball on the corner, split finger falling away. Here's a fastball, great location, up in the zone, on the corner, even making contact. Really tough to square that ball up. But then after you have that pitch, what do? You set up with the split finger. What I really like is where the split finger was starting in the zone, so you can't give up with it as a hitter. Here's a ball over the middle of the plate. They do some damage. We're fortunate that ball was foul. But then after doing that, what do? The split finger. It started exactly where that fastball was that he ended up pulling foul. Now here he is with that fastball again, going after hitters, attacking them. And they have to be ready for it. It's coming at you at 100 miles an hour. And then the splitter just falling right off the table. Where they're starting in the middle of the plate. I mean, even that one, just the movement was going away. You saw Dalton Rushing having to reach out and catch that ball. But then he can attack you with that fastball, getting the swing and miss, really keeping you off balance as a hitter because you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared for upper 90s to 100 miles an hour, and then they ended up going out there. But this is when he got in trouble. This is when balls really didn't have that same break in this sixth inning. You saw that ball in the middle of the plate where you see the green where they end up getting the knock there. But even that one that was down didn't have that same bite to it as we saw earlier in the game.
And also, like, it just, every time a team plays us, I feel like we get to see them come alive more than ever, because Cal Raleigh hit his first home run since the beginning of June. They were talking about Julio Rodriguez has had not the best season so far. He hit a home run. It's like when you play the Dodgers, you're giving it everything you have and you have that adrenaline. But also, is there something about the heat that makes it leave the ballpark?
Maybe. I didn't think we were going to lose that game because inning one, we were connecting so well. I mean, I know Sho led off with a homer, which
how great was that?
But Pages got out, but then Freddie almost did it, and then Mookie almost did it, and I was like, "We're connecting. Okay, we're connecting."
They were just shy. The guy next to us kept going, "Oh, almost there." Wait, can we go back to Shohei's Shomer?
His Shomer. So fitting.
What a great way to start back their run at Dodger Stadium. They've been gone for weeks.
I know, it's been hard to not have them here. I think people really, really missed them because it was packed.
It really was. It was packed at like 5:00.
Yeah, I think I heard David Vassay kind of comment, which I was thinking about it last night, because the number 2 spot is a struggle spot for a lot of people. I mean, Pages, that's when he kind of tanked. Kyle Tucker couldn't really do it. Tommy is a number 2 spot hitter. Like, Shohei really isn't a leadoff. I almost feel like Mookie's a leadoff, you know?
I know.
But, like, I get why Shohei is. But Tommy, especially the way he's playing, I think it would be good. But then it's like the curse of the second spot.
I know.
Yeah.
I just like that they keep switching it up to see what works. And everybody is willing to try. They're not, having a big ego and like, oh, I don't want to move down a spot. They're just willing to see who's going to thrive in different spots. And when you think about it, like first, second, he's lead off one time that game.
Yeah, totally.
But when Shohei is the first to come up and he leads the game with a home run like that, that is setting the stage for the rest of the game. And that in itself, just his presence alone. Sometimes I wonder about, keeping him in when he clearly has a knee injury and now he's talking about his bicep is hurting him again. Like, should he take some time off? But like the presence of just him being in the lineup does so much.
I know.
For the other team and just them fearing facing him and just what he does, that it's amazing how he powers through.
I just want someone to wrap him in bubble wrap.
I know.
Get us to October. No matter what, everyone's going to have wear and tear. And that's what makes me nervous about Sho. I just want him to stay in his groove. But I think he and everyone's very hyper aware of all of it.
Yes.
So that makes me feel better.
Yes, for sure. I did not like hearing about his bicep injury on top of the knee injury. The knee he already had surgery on, and the bicep has been a recurring thing for him.
And that's what's mostly, well, I don't know. A bicep could really affect hitting too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like where your power kind of pulls through. And like, I can imagine that feeling.
Yeah, but then when he's hitting a leadoff homer.
I know.
And he's like placing the ball in the perfect place when he needs to bring in some guys, it's hard to think that he has anything hurting. So,
well, you know, our guys have faked it before.
But we also know how much our team plans and strategizes for October.
And that's what I keep hoping to, where it's like, look, I'm sure there's some things and they might be like blowing it up to just be extra careful. But I'm kind of down for it. And if it's a strategic play to keep him healthy for whatever reason, I mean, he did just have another baby, like, and he's getting older. He might be really exhausted. I mean, as much as they get to just like go to sleep when they want and all the things, that's not really reality.
True.
So, you know, I mean, it would be nice to think like Shohei's just puts himself in a little bubble, but I would like to think.
I think he does more than probably most players. He talks so much about him needing to sleep like 10, 11 hours a night.
Well, yeah, but it's like when I can't see him just being like not tending to his crying kid ever.
I know. I would love to just see him around his kid. Kids.
I bet you when it's all loud and he probably just looks at Decoy like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, but I just have so many thoughts and questions about Shohei and just all the decisions he's made to protect his privacy.
Dude, I haven't looked up when Otani pointed to Dalton rushing to go to third.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Dalton. He's probably like, sorry.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Shohei. Anything for you?
Yeah. He's probably like, again. Oh, my God. It's like he turns and Shohei's like, I love Sho. I just really want to have a conversation with him. One where he speaks English because I know he knows how.
I know.
And it's only with the people he trusts.
Well, in the first part of that podcast, they were saying that you're not allowed to ask Shohei any questions other than baseball, and you're only allowed like 3 or 4, and that's it. And that's kind of the thing with him. And that's what the press is told. That's what the media is told. Only baseball questions, and it's a very, very limited.
Right, which is why I just want to hang out with him as a friend.